Hello. Being a Christian does not mean that we are better than everyone else. Being a Christian does not mean that we will not make mistakes or suffer. Being a Christian means that we willingly choose to serve and accept God's judgment as final. Now, this is not an easy path. It is often in life that many of those who live in this world choose to go the easy path. But just like Jesus said, just like they hated him before us, they will hate us too for serving him. Now, much of the world has identified Christians as self-absorbed and hating people. But let me tell you something. We are not hateful. We are not unkind. We are full of love. And just as we were seeking to find that love and that purpose, did we find it? In Ezekiel, we are reminded of what happens when those who claim to serve God do not follow him. Ezekiel is chosen as a prophet by God to warn Israel. Now, during this time, what we know is that Israel has fallen into despair. They have abandoned their Lord. And just as Ezekiel had a vision, he saw God on a golden chariot, and the chariot left the temple of Israel. Israel had started worshiping other idols. They fell into idolatry, a state of lawlessness against God. Because this had happened, Ezekiel was sent to warn Israel, but they did not listen. So, for many people out there, they ask the question, why follow God when all seems unwell, when all seems to divulge and diverge into vanity and chaos? Well, Ezekiel 36 has this answer. Ezekiel 36 reminds us of what happened to Israel when the people had fallen into sin, when the people had been restless and the land had been destitute, unable to give them food or water or resources to live. God stood on the mountain and spoke with the people of Israel, and he made a promise to them. He said, just as you had lost everything in the beginning, just as you think all was lost, if you choose to accept me, if you choose to follow me, I will give you a new heart. In you I will put a new spirit, and you will walk in my statutes. And what does that mean, to walk in the statutes? It means to walk in God's law, to accept it and follow his commandments. So this shows that when we look at John 3:16, to believe is to follow is to pursue. So even though the people of Israel had lost everything, God said to them in Ezekiel chapter 36, once again your cities will be filled with people and filled with life, and I will drive out those who seek to spread profanity in my name. So Ezekiel reminds us in chapter 36 that it isn't easy to be a Christian. It isn't easy to follow his way, but he promises us that if we are true to him, we will not only have salvation, but once again, he will breathe life into our hearts. He will breathe life into our minds. And most of all, he will breathe life into what he created. That is why, as Christians, we do not seek to control. We do not seek to spread hate. We do not seek to spread fear. We are carriers of his message, carriers of his love, and in his love we walk. That is the Christian way.